Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab my headphones. All right, welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. So this is the first live stream on YouTube. Basically, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be going over some headlines. I got a screen capture of the feed that I use on a daily basis. I use a proto page, and I have a bunch of different news sites that I go to on a daily basis, and they have all the headlines and stuff in the news of the day. And this is normally what I read throughout the day and how I come up with some of the information, some of the news that I get, and this is how I stay informed. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to go over some headlines in the news. We just see what we can find, and if we find something interesting, we'll go ahead and click on it and see what it says. So let's go ahead and get started. Y'all go if y'all want to donate, go ahead and donate PayPal, DEMOCREPUBLIX, or a Cash App is JPsych. Let's see, the Gateway Pundit, climate diplomacy veterans said the G7 leaders to launch climate justice crisis amid mass COVID vaccination compliance. Just more of them trying to push the whole climate change narrative. Climate change is just another way for them to tax us. That's all it is. Let the rich stay rich, get richer. America last. Joe Biden shuffles alone in the back of a pack while G7 leaders take a photo with Queen Elizabeth. Let's see what this is about. We all know senile Joe. It's sad. It's sad. We elected someone with dementia. Let's see. Another Biden humiliation on the world stage. The G7 summit kicked off Friday in Cornwall, England, and Joe Biden is struggling to keep up with the grueling schedule. Joe Biden walked alone and in the back of the pack while G7 leaders took a photo with Queen Elizabeth on Friday. Hardly anyone spoke to Joe as he shuffled over to take the photo with the Queen. After the photo was taken, Joe Biden walked in the back of the group, letting the world know that America comes last. Let's take a look at this. Look at this guy. It's sad. It's sad. This guy should not be the leader of the free world. Look at him over there.
Okay, team, we stand.
Let's see, my chat is not up for some reason. Let's see what's going on with my chat.
Very much, thank you. How's that?
Are you supposed to be looking as if you're enjoying it?
Yes, definitely. If you could, we have been enjoying ourselves in spite of appearances. The guy you look at is just over there.
Here we go.
How's that? How's that feel to you? Artists?
They will take as many pictures as we let them, so we should probably start.
I think they've shot that one. Yep, good. They've shot that one. Good. Well done. Good.
So thank you for doing that for us. Right, you have a
And I never understood what they
appreciate.
It's sad. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's see what else we got going on. All right, waiting on this thing to load up. Again, if you want to donate, you can donate at DEMOCREPUBLIX on PayPal or JPsych on Cash App. All right. Michigan SOS candidate Christina Caramo, is that her name? In Arizona. If you are a person who cares about election reform and you don't come out, I have to question that. Let's see. Jovan Pulitzer drops bomb during TGP interview. Pelosi and Democrats are plotting to get rid of all paper ballots. Wow. Just another way for them to steal elections. That's all that is. Why would you want to get rid of paper ballots? Paper ballots is the only way where you can verify that people voted for what they say they voted for. Is the only way to count it. If you get rid of paper ballots, let's see what they got to say. It's a whole hour long. The report says that noted inventor and data analysis Jovan Hutton Pulitzer joined Jim and Joe Hoff from the Gateway Pundit today at 4 p.m. Eastern to discuss the latest updates of the patriotic movement for election integrity. Jovan shared breaking news on the Democrat Party's attempt to steal the elections from 2020 and beyond. The Democrats are attempting to push through Congress a bill that will change elections forever. We've reported on H.R. 1 previously. Yeah, it's a terrible bill. They're trying to nationalize elections, which is not supposed to be. The election is supposed to be ran by the states, not by the federal government. Pulitzer shared that H.R. 1 is written like it is doing what it is not. They always do this. H.R. 1 is for the People Act of 2021. It's everything but that. Also, Pulitzer discussed the latest breaking news related to the Biden Attorney General attempt to crack down on audits by ensuring they abide by election laws. I mean, it's nothing illegal about an audit. If the election was fair, if the election was ran like it's supposed to be run, anyone have a right to audit it. If everything was ran correctly, they got nothing to worry about. So what's wrong with auditing elections? But Jovan shared, America wants answers. America understands comedic artifacts, a discipline, easy to understand. It is really weird that this technology that came about in the 80s is not being used today in elections. Pulitzer talked about the target on ballots that may be out of compliance, which will impact the results of the election. It's a mess. I mean, that's why they're trying to discredit audits and things like that, because they don't want anyone to go in and be able to verify elections. Which I think, if the election is ran, is ran fairly with no cheating or anything like that, then you should be able to audit it and it should be no issue. That's exactly why they don't want you to audit it, because there's some chicanery going on. Arizona lawmaker responds to AG Garland. You would not touch Arizona ballot or machines unless you want to spend time in Arizona prison. Time Mag becomes Pravda. Picture of dementia patient taking on Putin is new low in garbage journalism. Let me see what this was about. This is the latest pile of garbage the fake news mainstream media is feeding the American people. They do this on a daily basis. But this Time magazine cover will make even Joseph Stalin blush. The dementia patient is going to take on Putin. Look at his picture, man. They got him in aviator glasses. Oh my gosh. Talk about propaganda. Oh man, they got a video here. Joe Biden seems to get lost at the G7. We saw that earlier. Let me see if this is...
How are your meetings going in Cornwall, Mr. President?
I beg your pardon?
How are your meetings going here in Cornwall?
Very well.
Come on.
His wife grabbed him and was like, come on, wouldn't let him talk. Wouldn't let him talk to the reporters. Oh my gosh, this is sad. This is sad. That's our president. This is sad. This is elder abuse. Arizona lawmaker responds to AG Garland. You would not touch Arizona ballots or machines. Oh yeah, we read that one. Okay, let's see what's going on with the Daily Mail. All right. Let's see. The Daily Mail. Black Florida mom warns dangerous critical race theory will destroy U.S. moments before state ban. Or is it destroy us? Let's see. Let's click on it. I saw this video earlier. It was powerful. I'm not gonna well, I'll just read the bullet points. Keisha King claimed critical race theory promotes racism and will destroy the country at a Florida State Board of Election meeting on Thursday. King, a black woman, said it is racist to consider her and her children oppressed due to the color of their skin and disputed that it teaches racial sensitivity. Yeah, critical race theory is horrible, and they're trying to push it in schools. They want to keep putting it in they want to keep putting it in our kids' head. They want to keep putting in our black children's head that they're oppressed, and the white man want to keep them down, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you're gonna get shot in the streets, and they pushing all this stuff on our children, which is just utter ridiculousness, and it's not even based in real history. Historians blasted the 1619 Project from its inception, and then that's why she's not getting tenure, because she made up history talking about America was created in 1619. Where they say that at? She said she has seen teachers teach the theory and separate students based on their race. That is segregation. Why is the left trying to bring back segregation? She also claimed that it will make America revert to its racist past. I mean, common sense. King spoke as a mother representing Moms for Liberty, a national group that promotes potential rights at all levels of government. The State Board of Education voted unanimously on Thursday to ban teaching the theory following speeches from King and supporters of the theory. That is awesome. I'm glad they banned it. Florida is now the 6th state to ban critical race theory in school, and I hope a bunch more states go ahead and ban this fake history. Let me see if they got the video here. Yeah, they got the video. Let's play the video.
My name is Keisha King. I'm a mom of two, one who's in the Duval County Public School System and one in private school thanks to school choice. I'm also a member of Moms for Liberty, representing thousands of parents. Just coming off of May 31st, marking the 100 years of the Tulsa riots, it is sad that we are even contemplating something like critical race theory, where children will be separated by their skin color and deemed permanently oppressors or oppressed in 2021. That is not teaching the truth, unless you believe that whites are better than blacks. I have personally heard teachers teaching CRT, and we have had an assembly shut down because Duval County Public School System consultant thought it would be a great idea to separate students by race. This is unacceptable. CRT is not racial sensitivity or simply teaching unfavorable American history or teaching Jim Crow history. CRT is deeper and more dangerous than that. CRT, in its outworking today, is a teaching that there is a hierarchy in society where white, male, heterosexual, able-bodied people are deemed the oppressor, and anyone else outside of that status is oppressed. That's why we see corporations like Coca-Cola asking their employees to be less white, which is
They are teaching people that literally just because of your skin color, you are oppressed. And just because of your skin color, you are the oppressor. That is ridiculous. So if you white, you're automatically oppressing people and you're automatically racist. And if you black, you automatically been downtrodden, you automatically been oppressed. I mean, they are literally teaching racism. And they teach these kids, they separate the kids by races when they teach them this stuff. This is literal racism that the left is bringing back.
ridiculous. I don't know about you, but telling my child or any child that they are in a permanent oppressed status in America because they are black is racist. And saying that white people are automatically above me, my children, or any child is racist as well. This is not something that we can stand for in our country. And don't take it from me. Look at the writers of these types of publications. Our ancestors, white, black, and others, hung, bled, and died right alongside each other to push America towards that more perfect union. If this continues, we will look back and be responsible for the dismantling of the greatest country in the world by reverting to teaching hate and that race is a determining factor on where your destiny lies. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead, sister. I mean, she spoke the truth on that one. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. All right. We're still on the Daily Mail. Justice Department also subpoenaed Justice Department also subpoenaed Microsoft to access congressional staffers' email accounts. New York Times bestselling author is mercilessly mocked on Twitter after sharing he doesn't read books. I'll leave that one alone. All right. Let's see. New York Times. I just read. Biden administration returns $2 billion set aside for Trump border wall despite crossing surge. They are doing everything they can to let these people cross the border. Biden is rolling back every single one of Trump policies, in particular, the border policies, which was actually working, which has been proven to work, and he had slowed down all these illegal immigrants coming over, and he rolled back every single one of those policies. And then wondering why people are just running across the border like that. It's all by design. It's all by design. I think they're intentionally trying to destroy this country, because that's the only conclusion you can make of this. Why would you do this? He rolled back sanctions with Russia and Iran. He rolled back. He let them. He signed on for them to go ahead and make that pipeline. For Russia to make that pipeline. Like, he's just rolling back everything, which further goes to show that he's trying to destroy the country. Facebook gives space to coyotes. Social media giant forced to shut down dozens of human smuggling groups. It's been studies that showed for years that Facebook is the top provider of trafficking. They use Facebook. They recruit and stuff on Facebook, and Facebook knows this. They can stop you from they can censor you from doing from reporting on COVID-19 and stuff that it was made in the lab, which we reported on in February 2020. They can censor you from that, but they can't stop people from recruiting and stuff on trafficking on Facebook. They're allowing it to happen is what's going on. Teen 17 charged with murdering orphan friend, stabbing him 26 times. Body parts found in garbage. That's just sick. MTA bus removed from Brooklyn brownstone 5 days after crash. Trump claims he has rejected multiple book offers and is instead working on something big. I wonder what that is. Mosquitoes infected with virus-fighting bacteria cut dengue fever rates by more than 75%. This is Bill Gates mosquitoes that he released, not asked anybody. He just genetically modified mosquitoes and just released them on the world. And I mean, these people are just, I don't understand how they get away with this stuff. Biden's G7 bromance. President wraps his arm around Macron and jokes around with Trudeau. Of course, he would like them to socialist. Drudge Report. I'm not even gonna go over Drudge Report. I can't remember the last time I actually like went to Drudge Report because they done flip flopped and the stories they report is just ridiculous. And I don't know what happened to Matt Drudge. It's been theorized that Matt Drudge no longer owns Drudge Report. He sold it. That's why you see the big change. People have been reporting on that for years now, and I believe it to be true too. Because Drudge Report is not the same Drudge Report it was 5 years ago. The Epic Times, Facts Matter, June 11th. Texas will build its own border wall, arrest illegal immigrants. That's awesome. Since the federal government won't do anything about it, which is their charge. Their charge is to protect the border. Since they won't do anything about it, the governor will. And I think more governors should file suit. 6 Southern Californians indicted in January 6th Capitol riot. Like, it wasn't a riot. That's why they won't release the footage, because it was a couple knuckleheads in there, but the majority of the people that was in the building was just walking around taking pictures and stuff. CDC report on hospitalization rates in teens misleading, says doctor. Let's see what this says. CDC report on hospitalization rates in teens is misleading. I gotta unlock this one. Let's do it like this. Let's check it out on Pocket. It's a little way you can be able to read it for free. Let's see. All right. A Pittsburgh physician says the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention reports of rising hospitalizations among adolescents aged 12 to 17 is misleading, saying it makes no sense to raise alarm as the same data used in the report showed a significant decline in the months following the slight increase. Quote, listen, there was definitely an increase in April, but why would the CDC make this statement today or publish a graph showing a scary increase given that it's now June? Have you seen what's happened from May 1st to today? Dr. Walid Galid, I guess, an associate professor of medicine and health policy at the University of Pittsburgh, wrote on Twitter on June 4th following the publishing the CDC report, quote, it makes no sense to raise alarm about something that has changed completely, he added. Meanwhile, Joseph Allen, associate professor at Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health, said it was misleading of the CDC to not include the last 3 weeks of data in their conclusion prior to publishing. Hospitalizations are not increasing in adolescents, as is being widely reported. Not sure why the CDC cut the data at April 24th in this new June 4th report. Current data are available through the end of May, and it tells a different story, Allen said on Twitter, adding that, I know their goal is to drive vaccinations, and I support kids getting vaccinated, but this is misleading. See, even someone that supports vaccinations is saying that is misleading. How do you cut out a whole 3 weeks? What did it say? 3 weeks, right? Yeah, a whole 3 weeks of the month in a report. That's why you can't trust what they say. You have to go and read the studies yourself. Go read the studies yourself instead of listening to what they say and draw your own conclusions. Because even the CDC is being misleading. This is par for the course. Par for the course. That's why I read the studies myself instead of taking someone else's word. because it's available. The information is available if you look for it. Most people don't though. All right, let's see. We're still on Epic Times. All right. 9 people in Orange and LA counties withdraw support for Newsom recall. Oh, that's weird. I wonder who paid them off. Bipartisan mayor coalition supports California $4 billion homelessness proposal. That's it. Throw more money at it. It didn't work. It didn't work the last umpteenth time you did it. Let's throw more money at the homeless and see if we can fix it. It's not just money. You have to have programs. Just throwing money at stuff ain't gonna fix anything. You got to come up with a plan. Santa Ana police defuse illegal fireworks sale. New Newport Beach harbor master prepares for busy summer. Bongino report. They got Biden meets with world leaders. We already got into that. Hilarity ensues as Biden HHS secretary attempts to define birthing person. Here we go with that crazy talk again. This is I'm not even gonna click on that because it's gonna get me into trouble. It's gonna have me hemmed up. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. Bipartisan lawmakers unveil antitrust reforms. House Judiciary Republicans reintroduce bill to amend Section 230, big tech protections. Let's see. All right. Exclusive. Jim Jordan, Judiciary Republicans reintroduce bill that would amend Section 230 protections for big tech. I'm kind of, when it comes to 230, I'm kind of fencing it a little bit, but I am leaning towards changing it. Like, I think certain tech companies, if you have like a certain amount of users, 230 should go out the window. When you have power, I think you should be able to be considered a utility, like Facebook, Twitter, big companies, YouTube, big companies like that. That is open. That's a commons that the majority of the people use. I think those 230 protections should be changed in those cases, but not with like smaller companies because it will kill competition. So the smaller companies I think should be protected. But Republican Ohio Rep Jim Jordan and House Judiciary Committee Republicans reintroduced legislation Friday that would amend Section 230's immunity from liability for internet content providers. The Daily Caller first obtained the legislation titled the Protect Speech Act, which was put together by Reps Jordan, McClintock, Bishop, Tiffany, Sparks, Stube, Johnson, so on. The bill would amend Section 230, which is the portion of the law that gives internet companies immunity from lawsuits over content their users post to their sites. And here's the bill here. It's on Scribd if anybody want to go and download it for themselves. Quote, big tech is out to get conservatives, which not just conservatives. I seen them go after some leftists too. You got some leftists that I even listen to. I don't agree with them on a lot of things, but there's some leftists that I listen to too, like Jimmy Dore, and they censor him on stuff too. And other leftists like that. So it's more than just conservatives. It is majority conservatives though, that they censor, but it is some, you can't just leave out the left because it is some people on the left, some smart people on the left that actually think for themselves. They're being censored also. But the Protect Speech Act will crush tech's ability to hide behind Section 230 and censor conservative speech. Judiciary Committee Republicans are proud to reintroduce the legislation today and stand up for the First Amendment on the internet, Jordan told the Daily Caller. The legislation was originally introduced in October 2020. I don't understand why Trump didn't push for this, because now he's kicked off of Facebook. It's too late now. He could have did something about that during his presidency. That's one of the things that I was upset about. He could have done something about it. He could have pushed them to do something about it, and he didn't. The bill modifies the immunity from liability of a provider or user of interactive computer services, example, a social media company, for screening and blocking offensive content on its platform. A summary of the bill said in October. Specifically, the bill provides that this immunity shall not apply to any action taken to restrict access to or availability of material provided by another information content provider unless the action is taken in good faith based on an objectively reasonable belief that the material is 1. Obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, excessively violent, promoting terrorism or extremism, harassing, promoting self-harm, or unlawful, which is common sense. You know what I'm saying? That's common sense. And 2, violates the applicable term of service use. It continued. But that I don't know about this. I don't know about this part right here, because they can put anything in that term of service. Former President Donald Trump and many Republicans have said Section 230 is a threat to national security and election integrity that is only helping big tech companies. Trump also said Section 230 should be completely terminated. But he didn't do anything about it. He had 4 years. He knew they was going after him for 4 years. They made up the whole Russia collusion thing. If anybody said anything opposite of that, they were censored. I've been censored. I had stuff taken down, which because it was an alternative view, I didn't say anything that was violent. I didn't discriminate against anyone. I didn't do anything of the sort, and my stuff would get taken down because it was an alternative opinion from what the mainstream media was saying, and that's what I think they need to regulate. And I hate government regulation, but in this case, they need to do something about that, because they're censoring normal people. If anyone have anything differently that they don't agree with, they get censored, and I think that's just ridiculous. All right, let's see what else we got. We're just gonna stay on the right side today. Partisan mayors. Oh, we're on Bongino. Okay. Bipartisan lawmakers unveil antitrust reform. House Oversight Committee Republicans blast Dem for refusing to hold hearing on border crisis. Senate Republicans make effort to require congressional approval for Biden's new Iran deal, and I think that's good. Remember when Obama gave him a whole pallets of billions of dollars in cash for nothing? China tests carrier killer missiles after Taiwan threats. China is the real threat. China is the real threat. And they own a lot of our politicians. And I remember a report that came out months ago, say about 6 months ago, that listed a bunch of our politicians that met and took money from Chinese from China. I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'll do another report on it. It was so long ago, I can't really remember any of the politicians, but it was a big story. Federal board unanimously approves to rename 16 Texas geographic sites that include the word Negro. You got the Negro, what is it? The Negro College Fund. You got the NAACP, which is the Negro. So why would they change that? If Sarah Jessica Parker posts Sex in the City reunion photos as revival showcast gathers for first table read. Know a lot of women gonna be happy about that. Gwen Stefani celebrates intimate bridal shower with family ahead of Blake Shelton wedding. And I remember reading a report where someone was interviewing her and kept asking her if she was a Republican, and she was like, I'm not going to answer that. Basically, why is people so enamored and want to know what a celebrity's political affiliation is? If they don't want to talk about their political affiliation, then why you keep pushing it? Why people keep asking her if she's Republican or not? 72-year-old who said he'd been molesting children since 1970, sentenced to 30 years. Tammy Bruce, Democrats will be forced to reckon with their radical agenda. And I agree. I think they're going to sweep the House and Senate in 2022 elections, because that's why the Democrats are trying to push through as much crazy stuff as they can, because they know come 2022 is going to be like she said, like Tammy said, it's going to be a reckoning. So they're trying to push as much crap as they can through and see what sticks, because they know 2022 is going to be the end for them. In making the French Open final, I don't know, Jorvik, I don't know anything about the French Open. Edges closer to his rivals. Hadley thanks his Nana Johnson Stubbles at Palmetto, whatever that is. Let's see. Media Research Center, Crenshaw. The U.S. military is probably one of the least racist institutions in America, if not the world. I would agree. I am an Air Force veteran. I mean, it's some racism in there, but it is the least racist place that I probably ever worked. Let's see. View. Lefties rage at Manchin. McConnell as divisive racist, keeping America down. They're really trying to push that. They're really trying to push the nationalization of elections, and they are so mad at Manchin, who's a Democrat, but they are so mad at him because he will not vote for that bill. Rightfully so. New Hampshire high school puts numbers on the hand of unvaccinated kids at prom. Wow, that's just nuts. They got to number them. That's mark of the beast stuff right there. Elitist. MSNBC host dismisses inflation concerns, deceptively edits Fox segment part 2. I mean, everyone admitted it's inflation. I think it came out today that we had 5% inflation, which is the highest. I think the article I read said it's the highest since 1980 something. I think it was when the highest since 2008. It's the highest since 2008. That's right before the housing crisis. So, it's not looking too good, and they're downplaying it. Deadspin cries race over black athlete held to naval commitment before pro football. Let's see. Communities, digital news. Shakur Stevenson plays the waiting game. Marks time with Nikalthea Saturday. This is boxing. Really don't watch boxing like that anymore. He who laughs last. Conservatives finding late night laughs on Gutfield. I'm gonna skip the rest of these ones. Let's see what OWN is talking about. One American News. U.S. SBA halts some grants under injunction in lawsuit filed by white restaurant owners. Tennis, Nadal, that's tennis. Ex-Michigan State guard Keith Appling denied bail in murder case. More tennis. Apple tightens rules after Justice Department target U.S. lawmakers. Bitcoin law is only latest head turner by El Salvador's millennial president. Wow. So I bet you a lot of our congressmen is looking at El Salvador's Bitcoin law, because they're gonna try to regulate Bitcoin. They're gonna try to slow it down. They got to do something. I know it's gonna happen. The Washington Standard, the ruling by a California judge that smacked down assault weapons ban. You really must read. I think I got into that. I think I got into that already. United Nations document will condone right for children to look at pornography. Only it's not a right, no matter what they say. I don't even want to click on that. That's just crazy. Why are they pushing this stuff on our children? Why? Amazon and others face forced asset sale under imminent House bills. Yeah, they're trying to break up Amazon. Camilla plots Marxist regime change in Guatemala. China locks down 15 million people for 100 cases of alleged Delta variant, as UK will likely extend their tyrannical lockdowns again. Yeah, we knew it was coming. The variants now. Now it's the variants. They're gonna say it's big here, and the vaccine. They're gonna say the vaccine's not working, and people is getting it, and we're gonna have another shutdown here coming soon. I already know it. Pennsylvania, cops' own body cam catches him deleting arrest video from man's phone. Carrie Rivera on vaccines, autism, and chlorine dioxide. Wow. Let's see. Real Clear Politics. Fed subpoena Hunter Biden during 2016 election. And y'all know everyone heard about Hunter Biden and using the N-word and stuff and saying, see, he's so racist. Saying, man, why you gotta charge me Hennessy prices? Because they think all black people drink Hennessy. It's so freaking racist, man. And they try to call Trump racist. This is... YouTube bans Senator Johnson for COVID treatment talk. Deutsche Bank issues dire inflation warning for America. Oh, but that last article said there is no inflation. Democracy is already dying in Republican states. Whatever that means. He got it the opposite. Democracy is dying. The Republic is dying in Democratic states, is what it should say. Want to fix immigration, invest in Central America. Wow, not me. Why the left has to lie about American history? It's a good question. Let's see. Libertarian Institute. Got some tech stuff. I think that's all we're gonna cover for tonight. If any of these articles that I went over, you want me to go into more detail, shoot something in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the headlines that I went over. I'm gonna be putting out more headlines like this. I'll be going over headlines. I'll try to do it, 3-4 times a week. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out